So, you know, I got this story that's been in my head for quite some time, so I feel like I should share with someone out there. It's fictional. I've been like keeping it for a long time now, and most times I feel like I don't have the drive or something to share the story. Probably when I'm gonna be sharing it, it's gonna take a lot of time. So let me see if I can dive straight into it. So this story is all about a girl. So her name is Christiana, and so Christiana grew up in a kind of family, that's godly. The dad, the mom, everyone they love God. They be like going good. Yeah, the dad he used to work in the railway corporations. Not until they discontinue the corporation and then everyone gotta be laid off. So dad had to be a security personnel, and all of a sudden things get a wrong turn and he was inflicted with a kind of strange disease. And different opinions from people who feel like they love him came through. A lot of people were like suggesting they go herbal, but dad, a Christian, wouldn't accept that. So they had to lay that idea off, and then the church they attended. A lot of them had kind of well-to-do people that can look into your situation and be like they can help you, but that complication, that kind of lifestyle, those kind of stuff that you know a lot of people be like minding their businesses. Only few turn up, and during the course of this whole thing, only few how to check upon him and know how the dad was faring. Then the kid was still in primary school. It wasn't quite long. They welcomed their only son. After 6 years of having this kid, she was about 12, almost heading to the junior secondary school. Then the other one was just a kiddo in kindergarten. And so James and Christiana, she loved the bro a lot. She loved the family. She was even in a children's choir. Then mom brought her up in the way of the Lord. And she did everything according to the commandments of the parents. But then the problem was poverty. She most time will ask that why are we poor? Why is our other kids really having this good life and then we're actually the ones really suffering all this? Doesn't mean that we're offending someone and we're paying for stuff like that. It's complicated stuff. Mostly turned out to be the dad never had the best explanation. She's got says God's will and she would just let it slide. But now dad was in a sick bed. He's been bedridden for quite some time. So it was even there on the bed. She got to junior secondary school 1, 2, and she was about getting to 3 when dad kicked the bucket because there was a lot of negligence there. Uh, there was no more money to continue, and those who were always, offering help in whichever way they could, they got tired and they gotta withdraw their help, and man gotta go, and that's just it. It was sad. She was actually crazy, but she couldn't question God. What would a little girl like that be doing to question God? No. So she just continued and grew up. The mom, she was actually a seamstress. People of the 90s that's been, sewing all this stuff. So bringing her into this Gen Z or kind of different fashion. And mom will always say if you gotta get into this fashion business, you shouldn't be doing a fashion that's immodest. You know, kind of designs that people choose. You gotta choose design for them. Dress people properly. So that's the reason why mom always so close for only the church members because only they can, really patronize her because of the style she gives on. She never changes, she never upgrades, she never, relearn more new stuff. So she just stood there in the same stagnant spot. Something she's been doing since she was a teenager, is still what she's been doing till date. And you all know how it feels when you have potentials and then there are a lot of commands, there are a lot of do this and then do this and then do this, and get somehow so sick. So that was how her life was. It's just kind of a girl kind of being bound by rules and regulations. But everything really took a different turn when she got into senior secondary school one. You know, dad is gone, everything is moved on, and mom, family members that never remembered them when the dad was still alive. They came out, they started surviving in one way or the other. And then that's how mom now started a petty business. And then kiddo was actually coming up, and she actually wasn't, free to be our assistant except on holiday. So kiddo will always be doing the marketing stuff. Then he was still in the primary school, so after school he's gonna stay with mom. He knew how the market runs. He knows how things be, so he actually knew how to go about it as a little kid that he was. Then he still tried his best. No one was perfect, but they actually learned. That was how Christiana, still maintaining the cool, but got into SS1. A lot of things started changing, started keeping companies. At first, it wasn't a bad company, it was just few good friends who loved God, as they claim, and a lot of good stuff's happening. And all of a sudden, things started changing. SS2. And there was this guy who was always eyeing her because she was beautiful and, heavily built. And she's never known a man, so the kind of shyness she always been having. She never had friends except those two fellows. But a bad egg is a bad egg, no matter how beautiful the shell looks. So one of their friends, connived with the guy because there was pressure, and then decided to set her up, and it was just a normal go sit and have a picnic. And from picnic, things turned out sour, and she was, arranged and late. She lost her virtue, and from that day, Christy changed a lot, a lot, a lot changed. She started seeing life different, and then she started counting how life has been unfair, and then mostly how angry her spirit was because her parents never let her explore the world, and then things she's been avoiding keeps coming at her. And each time the mom will always, trying to calm her nerves and tell her things gonna get better. But like, look at what she's been preserving for ages, just like she thought, just gone between love and her. And the guy who did it, not that he actually loved her, just everyone started playing cool, confession, and stuff like that. And okay, what could we do? God said forgive and forget, so she forgive. I forgot. She got into SS3. Everyone was preparing for the West African examination, stuff that was coming up. A lot of speculations. And then gist here, gist there. By now, she started seeing life different, started having freedom to hang out, started seeing things. And all of a sudden, someone come from behind and be like, in the midst of people. So I used to think you were a church girl, a good girl. I never knew you were this bad girl. You know, just in recent times that I learned that even, having time with so and so. You even open your legs wide for him to have his way. And then you stay here preaching to us. That's what you did. And then the thing was a kind of mockery. But it took the coolness out of her. She was kind of annoyed. She became kind of so bad and picked up a fight with the person and beat her to stupor. Like, she really made sure she messed the babe around, then messed her up real deal. And that brought a sanction. But because Suzanne was around the corner, they just got to punish her. From that day on, she lost her cool. If she thinks about things that has happened, that she lost her dad, she lost, her modesty, as mom will always call it, and things really get bad. And then that's how she started doing things she never thought about. Started seeing life different. Then she decided to go into the life she's been getting scared of. Now in a conscious and a more, consequential way. That's just it. See you next comparable.